Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to talk about triggers and why it's imperative you are kind to yourself and you allow yourself to process any kind of loss, trauma, etc. And I'm just going to dive into a couple of things that really helped me. Now, I've discussed this before, but I am a survivor of military sexual trauma, and that means I was assaulted in the military. And so I didn't tell and didn't talk about it for about 20 years. And then I went to the VA for therapy, and I was fortunate to have been with a therapist who allowed me to experience cognitive processing therapy. Now, in my situation, I had to write down the assault from beginning to end. Every ugly detail. Then I had to read it out loud. And after that, she said, okay, now you're going to write down the senses associated with the trauma. And I did. You have to write down what you remember seeing, touching, tasting, feeling, hearing, etc. And so, for instance, if you were assaulted and there was a certain song playing, you have to write that down because when that song comes back on the radio, that's going to trigger you and may take you back to the exact time when it was taking place. So you have to process all of that in order to move forward. So as a survivor of parental estrangement, when it came to my youngest daughter, she left when she was 19 and subsequently got engaged, pregnant, married, and has had a couple of children. And so it can be triggering for me as someone who has not been invited to any of that when a friend gets, their son or daughter gets married or has a baby. And my friends are very sensitive to the fact that I have had losses in those areas. So they're cognizant of letting me know. And I'm over the moon that my friends are grandmas and have been part of their children's weddings and all of that. And I celebrate with them. But then I come home and sometimes I feel a little blue and say, well, I wish that would have been me, and it's not. So I have to look at what I can see, touch, taste, and feel today. So it brings me back to the fact that I have a wonderful husband, an amazing stepson who is now engaged, and I have a flock of birds, and I have love in my life, and I have friendship and relationships. So I have to bring myself back. It's a process. And so last night, my husband and we went to dinner with my stepson and his now fiance, and we're so excited. They just got engaged, and so we talked about plans for the wedding and eventually when they have children and all of that. And I was so excited for them. And then on the way home, there's also a sort of sadness because it can take me back to the time during the past 15 years that I wasn't allowed to be a part of that with my own children. And so I don't want to cry, but I'm letting you know there's real feelings behind this, and that it's not easy. I'm not ever going to say it's easy because it's not. And a lot of times in my videos I stay strong and I'm confident and I tell you that I'm okay. But there are times when you have to be extra gentle with yourself because I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt. And I'm going to let you know it's okay. It's okay to cry. And so I'm an ugly crier. I'm trying to hold it together. But in these times, you have to give yourself grace. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to have a support system. You have to, if you reach out to your therapist or talk to your husband or your spouse or your best friend to say, I'm sad today, because there are days when you're going to be sad. Even if you've been through therapy and you've got this, there are days that are going to knock you down. So be gentle with yourself. Don't forget to process your traumas. Sit in your grief. Reach out to people, get back up and move on, because I'm telling you, I am grateful for my life every single day. And I am grateful for people that follow my channel. I am grateful that I have a voice and can give other people hope, but also to let you know I'm human. So anyways, that's all I've got. And I'll be okay. I'm going to pray ask God to give me strength again and use my videos to help other people and just say it's okay to cry. So anyways, that's all I've got, and I will be back.